Yesterday morning, was out back with the family, and I dug a hole, and we buried the ashes of a young lady who grew up here and was confirmed here. And she passed away with cancer at the age of 34. And I was thinking about the passage of time and confirmation. The kids that were in my very first confirmation class are now 62. Which makes me really old. And as we gathered, Susie's little son was running around. And I don't know how old he is. Cute little bugger, maybe 7, I don't know, 5, 5.5. See, you know more than I do. And he was just running around, and I'm not sure if he was even aware of what we were doing. And I had a thing of stuffed animals, so I had him and his cousins gather around the bucket, and I said, "These are presents from your mom." And they all said, "Thank you, Aunt Susie." And he said, "Thank you, Mom." And I just looked at him. And as he gets older and is more aware of what happened, he's going to need some confirmation. He's going to need confirmation of who his mom was and what she was like. He's going to need confirmation that as young as he was when she died, that she will never, ever be forgotten. He's going to need some kind of confirmation that at some point in his life that there is a God and a higher power that will embrace him and give him the strength and the courage to get through wherever he has to get through. He needs the confirmation that a higher power will nurture him and guide him. And hopefully one day he'll be in the front row just like you guys are. Which brings me to what confirmation really means. 11 of you are being confirmed today. I remember when I was confirmed, and I'm sure many of you here were confirmed, maybe not Lutheran, but were confirmed into your church. And on the surface, what does confirmation mean? On the surface, in the Constitution, it means that once you're confirmed, you get to vote on stuff at the church. Like if there's ever voted to get me out of here, you can vote on that, yes or no. Or on the budget, you can vote on that. So you're considered an adult member of the church. But you see, that's not what confirmation really is. It's not about being Lutheran. Confirmation is somehow being able to accept and enjoy and be proud of who you are as one of God's children. I remember back in the day when I had confirmation, way back, we had confirmation on Saturday morning, and that would not fly here, would it? Confirmation on Saturday morning, and I had basketball practice on Saturday morning. And my coach and minister were cut out of the same cloth. The minister said, "You either come to confirmation or you won't get confirmed." Then my coach said, "Either you come to practice or you're not going to play." So what do? Well, I went to confirmation, and I stayed on the team, but I didn't play much. And that conflict between my passion for basketball and my love of the church all of a sudden made me angry and confused. And I realized that for each one of you and for all of us, confirmation is more than just going to class. It's not about going to church, even though I hope you do. Confirmation is about how you see yourself as one of God's children, and what is it in life that gives you passion and purpose. Now, a few years ago, there was a lady in my confirmation class. I think she's now like 22. And she was an incredible dancer. You know, she was on the dance team, and she was in all kinds of shows. I mean, it was her passion. I mean, 3-4 nights a week, she would go and she would dance, and she loved it. And her parents came to me and said, "Don, every Monday night there's practice. And she loves it, and she really needs to be there." And I said, "Then that's where she needs to be. That's who she is." I mean, yeah, she's a confirmation student, but that's her passion. It gives her purpose. It makes her want to get up in the morning. And it was about 3 weeks before confirmation, and her parents called me and said, "Don, she's been to class once, so I guess she's not going to be confirmed." And I said, "She's been to class once and been to dance about 74 times. Yes, she will be confirmed, because confirmation is about who you are. It's about your passion." This year I had a young lady who didn't come at all. I had been here for a long time, and I called her parents, and I said, "I know she hasn't been here, but if she'd like, we'd like her to be a part of this class." And I guess they had a long family discussion, and she said, "You know, I don't know if I believe in God anymore. I don't know if I believe in the church. I don't know what I believe, and I really don't want to be in confirmation now. And I said, that's okay. You don't have to be. I mean, part of being human is having doubts and searching and trying to figure out what it is that you believe in. But I can't speak for you, but the older I get, I need confirmation every single day. I need confirmation that what I do for a living makes a difference. I need confirmation as a person, as a man, about my job, knowing that God is with me or not with me. I need confirmation that it's okay not to be perfect, that it's okay to have bad days and good days. I need that confirmation from a higher power that is bigger than me and bigger than all of us. You know, back in the day, my confirmation was kind of like a test. We had to memorize a passage, go in front of the congregation, say the passage. And so it was kind of like you had to prove yourself to the church that you were good enough to get in. And I realized I would spend all those Saturday mornings sitting in confirmation class mad because I was not on the basketball court. You see, in many ways, each one of us, we do try to prove that we're worthy. But we need to have places and spaces where you don't have to prove anything. And you don't have to prove anything here. You just got to want to be here. You just got to step back. And you want the good Lord and God's Spirit to be a part of your journey. And knowing that whatever you do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is important in your life and is part of who we are and part of who you are. There's a young man I'm thinking about today. He's like so many. I remember when he was in confirmation. I know as a little kid coming to church, he had this crazy smile. He was always getting in trouble. He had red hair that blew in the wind, and he just was such a crazy, beautiful soul. But just found out that at the age of 33, he unexpectedly died of a heart attack. He hasn't been here for years, but I can still see him. And he was confirmed here, and he loved being here. And it sometimes makes me feel guilty. He's 33, his whole life ahead of him. I'm 75. But sometimes the circle of life doesn't go in the direction we want it to. Sometimes it stops, and maybe it goes backward. But it's in that unpredictable circle. That's where you dance and play baseball and go home and do your video games and care for each other. It's in that circle. That's where God lives every day. And that's what we're celebrating today. The rain today kind of reminds me of God's tears. That sometimes God looks down on our world and he cries a little bit because he knows that all of us and many of you are going through tough times. And yet later on, maybe later today and maybe tomorrow, the sun is going to shine. And that sun is a reminder that there's a sun out there, a humble carpenter that holds us in the palm of our hands every single day. And that gives us strength. So somehow, if we can dig down and believe that God is with us, that's what your confirmation is all about. If you're able to, please rise for the creed.